Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. My name is John, your host as always, and I hope you're all doing well as I always do, even after that cataclysmically bad performance from West Ham United. This is my full-time thoughts on West Ham 1, Crystal Palace 2. I want to start off playing from the bat straight away that I said in the preview that Crystal Palace play some good football and that is going to be a tricky game. And unfortunately, I was proven right. They were unbelievably good, but we were unbelievably shit as well. But let's start off, as always, by talking about the starting 11. In goal was Fabianski, which is a bit of a surprise. I don't think he's ready. He's fully fit from his knock that he picked up against Man United, but hey-ho. Kehrer, Dawson, Zuma and Creswell making up the back four. Souček and Rice in the defensive midfield positions, with Bowen, Paqueta and Benrahma in midfield, supporting Scamacca up front on his own, which we guys, if you watched the preview, I said if we're going to be coming up against a formation that was very, very possible going to be from Crystal Palace, which was a 4-2-3-1, then we have to go for a 3-5-2 or 5-3-2 or 4-3-3 to exploit the spaces. Don't go toe for toe. Now, this is what irritates me about David Moyes. This isn't a Moyes out video in any shape or form. I'm going to be talking about David Moyes' tenure during the World Cup break, because as you guys know, I won't be doing any World Cup coverage whatsoever. I won't be watching it, so we have plenty of time to talk about David Moyes. What we're talking about now is the game itself. I always say that it has to be the accountability from the game is a third of the manager's accountability and also 2/3 the players, because at the end of the day, guys, the players are the ones that are out on the pitch. Now, I still maintain that, 100% maintain that, but this is getting into anti-football, really bad Allardyce style football now, from tactics from David Moyes. It's worrying the hell out of me. It really genuinely is. We are 2 points above the relegation zone at the time of this recording. We could have gone 5. As a result, Crystal Palace are now 5 points ahead of us. And as I said at the start of this video, they played phenomenally well. Brilliantly, but we played so shit, it was unreal. You know, it's just that I'm fed up of seeing this, sitting back, waiting for the counter-attack and wait for an error, and it just wasn't happening. They were all over us, absolutely all over us. But, you know, what worried me was seeing Creswell and Benrahma arguing a few times down the left-hand side of the pitch where they wanted each other to be. Now, that reminds me of when Noble used to tell Rob Green to fuck off quite a fair bit when we were down in the Championship. Something in the background is not right. It's as simple as that. Something is wrong. Something in the background is wrong, which may explain this whole thing about why Declan Rice isn't signing a new contract, which may be why Harrison Ashby isn't signing a new contract, or Ben Johnson. You know? It's just, but anyway, going back to the game itself, the tactics were poor. However, what a ball from Paqueta up to Benrahma to get that goal and for 1-0, and a great positioning from Benrahma to do it and get us in the lead. But my only criticism of Scamacca in the game was where he could have fed it to Benrahma with a little bit more better time, and it could have been 2-0, and Benrahma could have had a brace. But as always, again, guys, for those that are watching, they've watched the watch-alongs recently, I've said time and time again that Dawson and Kehrer do not talk to each other. They don't. And today was evident of it. It was a crap ball from Dawson. Kehrer had no idea the ball was coming to him whatsoever, and as a result of it, he put his leg out and couldn't do that touch that he needed to do, and as a result, boom. And of course, Wilfried Zaha, who loves to complain left, right and centre, puts them equal just before half-time on the 41st minute. It's getting... I hate to say it, but it is getting embarrassing now. I think David Moyes has been found out, and he needs to change. I've said it multiple times. He needs to change his tactics. Second half comes around. We're playing slightly better football. Still not brilliant, but it is slightly better football than we were playing in the first half. Tierney and his assistants were absolutely atrocious, to say the least. Everything was going Palace's way. Everything. Up until about halfway through the second half. It was absolute. I don't know what on earth the officials were seeing. I really, really don't. But the substitutions are a big, big worry. And it's not the first time you and I have had this conversation before. The big, big worry. Taking Souček off, easy for me to say, and putting Flynn Downs on makes 100% sense. Really makes sense. Downs should have started. Souček is not good enough at the moment. He really, really isn't. That's why, for those that have been watching the previews, I haven't had Souček in the side for a long time. I really haven't. Okay, you can argue that he is his Nolan to Allardyce sort of thing. He gets himself in good positions, but he just doesn't follow through. And time again, is impossible. But as I say, Scamacca coming off and Antonio coming on and Benrahma coming off and Lanzini coming on worries the hell out of me. I would have personally left Scamacca on with Antonio up front, who ended up being the worst player on the pitch. Antonio was dreadful. We're talking Bilic level atrocious. Seriously, it was absolutely piss poor. I just don't know why he's in the side at the moment. I really don't. It's been coming for a while. But I do think we need to sell him. I really do. And we'll talk about that more when it comes to the January transfer window, which again will be done recorded over the World Cup break. I'm worried. I am genuinely worried, guys. I really, really am. Say Souček for Downs makes total sense. Complete sense to do that. Souček, I don't remember, apart from me screaming at him a couple of times, I don't remember him making much of a contribution. I really, really don't. So Downs came on and perfectly fine. Lanzini came on for Benrahma. There was boos when that substitution was done, and then just as he was getting back to the dugout, the majority of us all started singing the side Benrahma song. It was great. It was to show that the boo was at Moyes, not at him coming off. It was for him coming off, but it wasn't aimed at Benrahma for his performance, because I thought he was good. Out of a piss poor selection of players out on the pitch, I thought he was one of the standouts. I really, really did. I don't understand why Moyes said that he didn't feel that other than the goalie had made that much of a big impact. He didn't make that much of an impact, but that's not much. That's not saying for much for everybody else as well. Otherwise, he wouldn't have got a standing ovation going back to the dugout and the majority of the stadium singing his song. Moyes has got this wrong, and he hasn't apologised for it. He's kind of done it in a way, saying to the BBC that we just weren't good enough. And yes, okay, that's understandable. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry can fucking see that, but. It's unreal. It's just unreal that we're getting into these situations now. Really, really. I thought we were all behind this. This was all behind us. I thought we were well over that level. But Moyes is struggling. He's struggling, and he needs help. I do genuinely think there is something more in the background going on than just this tactical errors. I really, really do. It worries the hell out of me. And of course, Antonio was the antagonist, shall we say, to get the penalty, which wasn't a penalty. I even turned around to Steve next to me and went, "That's dodgy. Nah, that doesn't feel right." And VAR took forever, as it usually does, which means that it wasn't a clear and obvious error, even though it was a clear and obvious error because Tierney was terrible. He had to go over to see the screen and reversed his decision. I'm quite proud, from one point of view, to say that it was me and another bloke in a couple of rows in front of me that started singing "You're Not Fit to Referee" when it came to Paul Tierney and the second half or first half, whenever it was. It's all a bit of a blur at the minute, guys. It's piss poor. It's been poor from everybody bar Palace. It really has. The officials were terrible. Pipped in, he hasn't got a fucking clue. Why on earth he booked Dawson for that collision with Guaita? However you pronounce the fucking goalkeeper's name. It's no, not for me. It was not a booking in any shape or form. All that happens is it's a 50-50. Dawson's going for the ball, as is the goalkeeper. But no, it gets booked as a result of it. It's fucking abysmal. And of course, right at the death, 90 plus 4 minutes, Palace score a very, very good goal. Has a bit of a deflection, so it sidewinds Fabianski a little bit. But other than that, guys, this is the first time. For those who've been watching the channel for quite a fair length of time now, I always say stay to the whistle. Always say stay to the whistle. When that goal went in, it was the first time in over a decade that I've left early. I mean, by the time I was able to get up the stairs, it was full time and all the rest of it. But I have never got up out of my seat before the half time or the full time whistle. Never, for over a decade. And that's how bad the game was today, guys. It was absolutely terrible. As always, peeps, thank you very, very much for watching. Put your comments in the comment section below. I've got a funny feeling I'm gonna get I'm gonna get from you guys in the comments for those that are watching it. If you agree with me, that's fine. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. You know, there's more stuff to come. As I say, the preview for Blackburn, I'm going to put the notes together now by the time this is loaded on YouTube. And so I'm going to the game, so we'll have the full-time thoughts on Wednesday night as well. And of course, we've got Leicester just before the World Cup starts. We've got Leicester at the week on Saturday as well. So again, that preview will be up very, very soon as well. So keep an eye out for all of that. But in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves. Take care. Try not to let this be an awful start to your week, because at the end of the day, guys, this is West Ham. We're used to this shit, but we're not used to it in the manner that we're seeing it at the minute. Well, we are used to it, but we shouldn't be seeing it. That's what I'm saying. But in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves, take care, and I'll see you really soon. All the best now.